seeing a fucking naked fuck. I only ever snapped my ankle because when we were kids, the school made us play this game where the school made us play this game where we were supposed to keep a balloon from hitting the ground, and there was like 30 of us, and I was only like 8, and this, I was like the person in my grade who could jump the highest, and I jumped real high, and then I came down on someone who was taller than me, and my chin hit him in the head, and that kind of like knocked me off balance. So when my feet landed, I broke my ankle, and yeah, wasn't fun. I got hit by a car when I was a kid too. That was fun. I was on my bike. I got hit by a car when I was a kid too. That was fun. I was on my bike. Wow, that delay is not bad at all. Okay, how do I do this? That delay is not bad at all. Cut. Okay. Come on. Quit playing you damn Fortnite. Download Forza and watch me kill Nazis. Well, it's me, and I don't believe you can be heard, but you will be able to hear me talking to you. It's me playing VR Live. Okay, so I am playing VR with my VR headset, and then I have my Xbox controller close by with the Xbox headset still on, so I can talk to you while playing VR. You're gonna hear me say the same things that I've already said, but you shouldn't be able to hear yourself. So try to delete something and then download Forza, because I'd much rather be fucking playing VR than just sitting there. So, but give me a minute. I gotta get all this shit set up, and then I'll be back. Talking about Ark. Yeah. Yeah. But That game is just far too toxic for me to play again, dude. But I'll be back in about 2 minutes. But in about 2 minutes, click on that link. Blah, blah, blah. Decided on what you're gonna delete yet? Have you decided on what you're gonna delete yet? Like I said, the game's fucking huge. There's probably at least 350 cars in it. So far, my favorite one is. So far, my.
As our ammunition and numbers dwindled, our hopes began to fade.
Oh, High on Life? Is that on Game Pass? Oh, yeah. I've been watching videos of it on YouTube. It looks kind of cheesy as shit, but... And it's fucking Morty's voice. Yeah. It's quite large. Just make enough room and then come watch me play this game, man, and it's fucking working great. Surprisingly. Shouldn't cut out or anything. Oh, I still hear a drum.
I was on my own, but I would rather have died at that moment than give myself up.
Sound like you're underwater. Well, I'm standing up. I don't usually stand up for this.
I did with my friend, and then we went to SeaWorld, like an aquarium type shit, and it was like where you could walk through.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. I'd love to do that.
Bro, I slept the fuck out. Like I slept the fuck out.
I don't think that would scare me. I think I'd feel pretty safe with that. Wait.
And I did it at like a fucking
That's an easy way to get away with it. Did you make enough space yet? Have you ever seen me play this game yet? No, you haven't. It took me about a year to get used to it, but I'm kind of a master at it now. I have no assistance. You remember Zombie Army?
I joined my comrades, and we prepared.
Do you remember
for the
Zombie
siege.
Army? It's by the same makers, except they made a VR game for the Sniper Elite, and now my internet connection's fucking up. Yay! Hmm.
Matteo wasn't there, and none of the squad knew if he was dead or
Look up.
alive. But at that moment, we had more immediate problems.
Ah, I'm doing it backwards. Look up the game Contractors. That's gonna be the next big VR thing, except it's not fucking PlayStation VR, and I don't want to get. I don't like computers. They take too much money. They take updates every single fucking day. Half the time the shit. Trust me, dude, they take way too much work, way too much money. Every single day they need a fucking update, and then you go to start the game, and now your fucking files need an update for audio. Oh, shit. Yeah, they can fuck us up.
She's a fucking bitch, dude. Like, okay. Like, I was like maybe a year ago now.
As our ammunition and numbers dwindled, our hopes began to fade.
Well, that just means she still loves you, bro.
I was on my own, but I would rather have died at that moment than give myself up.
Ah, we killed each other.
I got $600 out of her Cadillac converter. That's funny. It paid for the tires. And then I sold the tires to like a tire shop, and then I got more money off. I made like 10,000 off of everything off of the car that I took. And then
The only note I ever left on anybody's window was
Our
a
hopes began to fade.
friend of mine that had an actually pretty nice car. Or no, I guess I left 2 notes on a window, but I left a note on a friend of mine's car that had a pretty nice car once, and it was kind of low to the ground, and it just said no fat chicks. And then one time my mom had partial custody of my little half brother. So after me and my sister got licenses, she had us just go pick him up and stuff. And one time we were on the highway, and there was this bus that was full of cheerleaders, and a bunch of them were looking at me for some reason, and so wow, that guy's still alive. I wrote a note on it. I don't know why, but there was a pen and notepad in the car, and this is like 2004, 5. And there's a pen and notepad in the car, and I wrote on the on the notepad, "Help me, she kidnapped me." And then I showed my sister what I wrote, and she got all pissed off.
I did that, but I was in my grandma's minivan.
Wow, I was way to the right.
Did that, and I was like turning all the up to the windows, and my grandma got pissed. Okay, we got pulled over, and she literally almost got put in handcuffs, and then I got out. Really funny. And she didn't look away either.
I thought it was hilarious. My sister was not happy. Oh, also, you might be too young for this, but do you know what Girls Gone Wild is?
A what?
Girls Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild?
When I was it's not exactly porn exactly, but it's like back when I was probably, how old you say you were? 16? It was before I was 16. It was, have you ever heard of Spike TV? You haven't.
I heard of it, but I've never.
Okay, Spike TV was the men's channel, basically, and it was on TV. And then there was a pay-per-view channel, like sub channel to Spike TV that was Girls Gone Wild, and basically it's spring break in Florida or wherever you do spring break, and girls are just and you know, girls are just ripping their clothes off and shit, and that's all that it is. That's literally all it was. I was walking. I still live in the same town. I've pretty much been in this town pretty much my old. Girls Gone Wild was basically starting to kind of not become as popular. It was starting to disappear. And a straight up tour bus that was Girls Gone Wild went right past me, and a whole bunch of girls were sticking out of the windows, and yeah, like that.
Yeah,
That was
I
some
really,
like I I. I
because my girlfriend is kind of mean.
I kind of wonder how that worked though. Like the girls were pretty much groupies, is my guess. Like like show us something and we'll take you all across America, pretty much. I mean, if I fuck, who doesn't want to tour around?
Yeah. You know that motorcycle that I told you about that smacked my $2,000 PC?
Yeah.
Well, apparently she recorded me and her doing something and posted it on Pornhub. So,
Ooh. Yeah, hold on for a second.
yeah, really.
My
That's
wife,
ridiculous.
my wife just
You
came to,
know?
my wife just came to check on me. I think I'm talking too loud or something.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
But, yeah, my dog.
What's up?
That's ridiculous.
Just wanted to give you a kiss. Baby boy's still awake. I just put on Lion King, so I don't know. I might fall asleep here soon.
Just came to check on me. Have you taken your iron?
Huh?
Have you taken your iron?
I'm out of iron, I think.
Hey,
I
hey! I told you I'm talking to my wife. Hold on a second.
I'm out of iron. I gotta get some tomorrow.
Oh,
I just washed my face though.
so you've been reading all this time?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you're supposed
It
to get
wasn't as sad of an ending for the book as I thought it was gonna be. But there's a book two, so I
Well,
gotta
you know
get
what
that
that,
downloaded.
you know what that means.
I gotta download that.
Yeah.
I know, just checking.
And now,
So then it's your turn to check on me. Love you.
love you too.
Have fun.
I'm back. Still there? Are you... Have you found enough room yet? Click on that YouTube link. You're watching me then? Well, Jesus Christ. Anyways. Watching? Which way does this bullet go? Which direction is it going? Left or right? You should be able to see the splash in the water. Are you on your phone or on the YouTube or on your TV? On your Xbox? Should be able to see it just fine. That's gonna look straight because it's fucking 10 feet in front of me. Well, it's actually because I have slightly shorter arms than the VR expects. And I'm also sitting down. Anyways, if you remember Zombie Army, how, like, when you make it go into slow motion, it would show you where your bullet's going, you know? I'll show you that here right now. I have all of that shut off, and I have wind, and I have gravity. So, I have no assistances whatsoever. I'm gonna shoot at that guy. Most likely I needed to aim a little bit farther, but if it hits his body when he's dead, you ain't gonna see the bullet.
I joined my comrades, and we prepared for the siege.
Yeah. I told you it gets a little confusing. You can turn the audio down on your TV if you want, so it doesn't confuse you. Oh. That's... Oh, yeah, that's true. You would hear it twice.
Matteo wasn't there,
Fuck,
and
I
none
forgot
of the
to save
squad
it.
knew if he was dead or alive, but at that moment, we had more immediate problems.
I don't really care because if you don't save it, then the... Like, here, I'll show you. Like, the challenges here will continue to go up, but if I save it and then die, it will be where I saved it. So if I kill a bunch of people right now and I get up to 80 out of 100 and then die, it'll still be at 80 when I revive. Which is the beginning of the mission, but... Wind is going in this direction. Yeah. Yeah? You should... Alright. Where's the other one? Who the fuck? Who says that? That was your girlfriend? What's this? When can your girlfriend tell you when to go to bed? Oh. Yeah, yeah. I was hoping you saw that. Yeah, I was not good at this game when I first got it, but I got a whole lot better. And I know which way the wind's blowing once I fire one bullet. This specific level is one of the hardest ones because you're being constantly charged.
Was in aller Welt war das für ein Verkracht? Ich konnte nichts finden.
Also, obviously you know I can see through two eyes, but what you're seeing is only my right eye. So, yep. So if like I have my gun over here, I can see it with my left eye, but I can't see it with my right eye, and you can't see it either. Yeah. Ah! Fucker. Pretty much, yeah.
Like it's kind of brown.
It works well, personally. Skyrim is...
Motherfucker takes 3 bullets.
Yeah, their helmets are pretty tough. You actually have to shoot them in the fucking face to kill them, but I always aim for the forehead, so... The forehead or the heart. Missed. Wow. Gotcha. Fucking camera. Come on. Fuck you. Goddamn. Yeah, it's a big game. You'll like it once you start playing it, though. I don't mind family reunions that are her family. My family makes fun of us the whole time. Headshot.
As our ammunition and numbers dwindled, our hopes began to fade.
Yeah, I get it. Last time I went to one of my family reunions, I was asked why I look look like I used drugs. And I said, why don't you blame that on my mother? And my mom's sister was sitting right there. And surprisingly, she actually kind of defended me. She's like, yeah, I think she was on physically. And then my sister was the one who got fucked mentally. She's kind of retarded. But yeah, my sister is physically stronger. Even though we appear to be the same size, my sister is physically stronger than I am. And I was born with arthritis and connective tissue disorder, which is the muscles connected to your bones. Basically, they're all weak. So my bones move constantly, and it fucking sucks. Same. Survive. Yeah.
Matteo wasn't there, and none of the squad knew if he was dead or alive, but at that moment, we had more immediate problems.
When my mom was 16, she was diagnosed with a brain cancer that was supposed to kill her immediately. And she made it to 39 and had 3 kids. Me and my sister as twins and my little brother. I don't know how my mom made it 22 more years, but she did.
Seht euch das besser mal an!
Yeah, one time my sister hit me with, or threw boiling grease on my bare back, like I was doing dishes. It was hot because of the hot water, so I took my shirt off. And I was also cooking at the same time, and my sister threw an entire pot of fucking grease on my back. I have no idea how I didn't get scars from it or anything. But I didn't. But it burned so fucking bad that, yeah, I fucking blacked out. And I hit her once, and she went straight down and started screaming her head off, which I already know was just for attention, because she had a shit ton of friends there. I just blew myself up with my own explosives, which are upstairs. That's one thing I don't like about this game, is it'll give you a grenade icon, but you can be, it does not matter. As long as you are within the grenade icon, you're dead. It can be upstairs, it can be on the other side of a wall. What?
We had received word that
What did
the
you say?
Allied fleet in Sicily was preparing to invade the Calabrian coast.
Who was on
Eager
fire?
to help our allies cross the Strait of Messina.
You were
we
on fire
resolved
the
to
last time
learn
you saw
all we
yourself?
could of the German defenses.
Oh.
I was walking into an enemy stronghold alone. I would have to use every ounce of my experience if I was to walk out again.
Can't really say I have any experiences with being severely burned. That sounded like a good idea. So, are you still watching? Do you know what this gun is? Delisle. This gun is actually in Battlefield 5. And the reason why why I didn't know that until I realized by looking at the gun when Adam was using it that it's the same gun. Listen to this. What did that sound like? It's silenced. This whole barrel is an integrated silencer. Now in Battlefield 5, when you hit someone that has a silenced weapon, or that you're using a silenced weapon and you hit someone, it'll tell them that they got hit, but it won't tell them what direction they got hit from. And it does not tell you that this gun is silenced either in Battlefield. Look at how tiny these bullets are. I actually don't know what caliber that is. I know, but it's not. Fuck, too close. Come on, camera, stop that shit. See how this game is basically the same as the zombies game, except they're not zombies. Not what I want. Never really wanted one.
Ich konnte nichts finden.
I hit that motherfucker twice. I have not shot a 50 cal. All Desert Eagles are 50. I've seen a Desert Eagle. I've seen a Desert Eagle, but he wouldn't let me hold it. Oh, I know. The biggest gun that I ever laid hands on was a Barrett and a M1919. That motherfucker was huge. I couldn't lift the Barrett or that fucking light machine gun off the ground. I thought that was called 500 nitro. But yeah. I don't know a whole lot about calibers. One what? Grand? Yeah. I'd have to say go fuck yourself. That'd be the best way to do it. Well, Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with plinking. That's the fucking second time I shot you. Fastest car I ever drove was Porsche 911 Carrera. I believe it was an 86, but I don't really know for sure. Naturally aspirated. It was either an 84 or an 86. I know that it didn't have that giant fucking black, like carbon fiber painted wing thing. I don't know what the hell to call that. I mean, it's some kind of spoiler, but I'm actually not sure which way the bullets are going here. Slightly left. What? Oh, yeah, I'll show you something cool too in a minute. God damn it, it's dropping slightly. No, that's a marker. I put a marker on him. I love how he can shoot me when his gun's not even visible. You see where that bullet's hitting, fucker? Got him. Like I said, you have like a 5-second delay from what I'm actually doing. Oh, I forgot what I was going to show you.
Ich konnte nichts finden.
This is one of my favorite things to do in this game. I'm gonna be going to bed here pretty soon. Not quite what I wanted. But yeah, the funny thing is,
Vergessen wir gar nichts. Er muss irgendwo da drüben sein. Feindliche Heckschütze! Hab ich verloren!
ah, they got me. But yeah, I don't have like a fucking like VR gun. I'm just using the controllers. Huh?
I was walking into an enemy stronghold alone. I
Oh,
would have to
I thought-
use every ounce of my experience if I was to walk out again.
Taking what lessons? Ah.
Was war das für ein Krach?
Bonk. I've only ever been knocked out once, and that's because something was dropped on my head, something incredibly heavy. Somehow, you know, it was at an angle to where it hit my head and fell off instead of crushing me. But
Wo ist der hin?
Like, I was like bending down to like bar to try to get the tire off the knee, and the guy above was pulling on the breaker when he was like working it. Once the piece broke, it fell off and hit me in the back of the head. I didn't get knocked out, but I got a concussion.
I was walking into an enemy stronghold alone.
it may have been
I would
slightly
have to
retarded
use
for that
every ounce of my
48
experience
hours.
if I was to walk out again.
I had a fucking softball.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know exactly how that is. Yep, I fell when I was like 6. I fell out of the back of a truck when the guy hit the gas, and yeah, landed flat on the. I landed slightly above my right ear, flat, and I had the largest fucking goosebump I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm pretty good at this, dude.
Wartet, muss nachladen.
Ah. No, I've dual wielded a couple times. In certain ways, it's better to only hold one gun, but in certain situations, you might need to. I'd probably say that this is my favorite level out of all of them. And
I was walking into an enemy stronghold alone.
yeah.
I would have to use every ounce of my experience if I was to walk out again.
Yeah. I think this game might be. I'm not sure how old this game is. It's 4 or 5 years old, I think.
Hurensohn.
Fuck. You made it to me pretty quick. Jeez. Fucking ran like a fucking Kenyan. Dude's fucking Usain Bolt. Girlfriend.
I was walking into an enemy stronghold alone. I would have to use
Is she
every ounce of
on
my
Xbox?
experience if I was to walk out again.
Nice. Oh yeah, he's online.
Verdammt. Kommando der Alliierten.
What shit? Oh yeah, I already have a sniper
Wo ist
rifle.
der hin? Nichts.
Fine. I remember one time I accidentally dropped my phone off of a 5-story balcony while I was on the phone. What happened was I was actually sitting against the wall of the balcony, and somehow I got butterfingers, and it was a flip phone way back in the day, and it slipped out of my hand somehow and landed flat with the screen up and spun around like 50 fucking times. And I swear to God, I got up, attempted to catch it. I didn't even touch it while trying to catch it. And it spun constantly until it went under the guardrail, and I watched it fall 50 fucking feet. And heard it hit the ground, and then it took me like fucking 30 seconds to get down the stairs. And I picked up my phone, and I'm like, hello, are you still there? And she's like, what was that noise? I'm like, wow. Flip phones were built different than these phones, dude. You drop one of these phones like on gravel, and it hits a rock in a specific way, it's done for. My last phone was given to me by an old friend, but let's just say he accidentally added some viruses to it. But he gave it to me. I think it was a Samsung S6, I think. And I already the phone I had before that was an S6. That dropped quite a bit. Right over his head. And dude, that like when he gave it to me, I think it was already 3-4 years old, and I had to charge that thing 4 times a day to keep it from dying. And from 100%, that thing would die in an hour if I used YouTube. It's just a really old battery. I still remember when I was having an airsoft war. What the fuck? Where did you come from?
Hab ihn verloren.
I hate those things. Do you know those wrist rockets or whatever they're called? I can't remember what the fuck they're called. It's a slingshot that goes around your wrist, and they had those for a really long time. I think they're called wrist rockets, but I can't remember for sure. But dude, like I've used like 5 of those and broke it on the first attempt every single time, and had to pay the guy for it. So I hate slingshots.
I was walking into an enemy
course.
stronghold alone. I would have to use every ounce of my experience
Of
if I
course.
was to walk out again.
Yeah, I've watched videos on like headshots on deers and stuff. I can stand to watch that kind of stuff, but I don't really want to be the one to do it. Yeah. Hmm. Well, yeah, anybody is gonna defend themselves. So yeah, I have 3 cats, so I won't kill cats. Now there are cats that you cannot train, and they will try to kill you. So you may not have a choice, but no, don't do that. You need to realize that sometimes those cats have human friends. I have 2 outside cats that have no collar because they're technically not my cat. But they were left behind here by previous owners, and we feed them and we let them inside during the winter. I hate how my focus is gone when they fucking take me to critical.
I used to like trap rugby. Like I still do it like every summer.
If it ever gets to the, I will say that I didn't really mind cleaning fish. That didn't bother me at all. But say like a
I was
fucking
enemy
deer or
stronghold
something that
alone.
I don't.
I would have to
If we're
use
starving
every
to
ounce of my
death, I imagine I
experience
could do
if
it.
I was to
But
walk out again.
I travel like every year to like
long shot. That's a lot of raccoons.
Hier ist jemand! Nochmal zu! Weg! Erst in die Richtung! Rüber da! Verdammt!
That's actually what you're supposed to do is turn them around and snap their spine on it.
Erst in die Richtung gegangen!
Ah, right above it. Like I said, I have never ever purposely harmed an animal in my life. I did actually hunt down a deer entirely on accident once, though. You know, I was 16 years old in an airsoft war in a rather dense forest, and I don't know how much time you've spent in the forest with What are you looking at? That looks like Nazi propaganda to me. Like this is two soldiers looking left and right. What's this one? Okay, that's Italy, right? That red, white, and green, that's Italy. That looks like missiles or nukes or something. Let me take out my sniper. Yeah, too close. I think that's a German hand with nukes inside of it that are pointed at Italy, which is very confusing to me because Italians were initially Axis, and then they switched sides. Ukraine. Oh, they were probably trying to make a nuke in case. Yeah. Well, most likely Russia's gonna do it, dude. Let's see who's going right that way, very slightly. Which means that the wind is probably going that way. To the right. Oh. Come on. I haven't been in a fight since I was 22. Wouldn't be a good idea for me to be in a fight today. I can't hardly move. That's why I don't use my knuckles. Use your open palm. Your open palm is also a much... No. It's not a bitch slap. It's got a lot more force than you realize behind it. No. A backhand is gonna break every bone in the back of your hand. If you put full force behind it. Open palm will not break anything unless you fuck up with your fingers and snap a finger or something. And your palm has a much smaller amount of pressure. Here's an example. When you're, like, say we're walking on ice and it's starting to crack, what's the best thing to do to not fall through? No. Lay flat on your stomach and spread out as much as you can. That was funny. Just wait. Yeah, of course that's gonna happen eventually. But, same thing is true there too. When you're standing up, or even on all fours, you're putting enough weight and pressure onto the ice to break it. But when you're flat, bet that was smart. What was it? What is it again? It needs to be at least 10 inches thick in order to take a vehicle out on it. Oh, so I have several interesting. Have you ever played airsoft with a large amount of people? Airsoft with a large amount of people. Yeah, but with like plus 10 people and stuff. Yeah. I had one in the forest that wasn't official, but it was started by an official airsoft seller. And one of the first things that happened was I noticed one of my friends who was on the enemy team laying under a bush. It was like a fucking 20-foot tall bush, you know what I mean? But he was laying under the clearing of a bush, and so I started to shoot at him, and I hit him because he couldn't move. And then after I hit him, I noticed movement that I started to follow. So I was like basically hunting something that was moving in the same direction as me away from me. I thought it was a person because of like the silhouette, you know, when something's like pretty far from you in the forest, it's all shadow. And so a silhouette is darkness of the shape, whatever. And I finally got close enough to shoot it. So I shot it, and the whole time I thought I was hunting down a person that was trying to hunt down one of my teammates. And it turned out to be a fucking deer, a doe. And I shot it in the ass, and it kind of didn't really react. Like it thought it was like a fucking mosquito or something. And then I shot it again because I still couldn't tell that it was a deer. And then it turned around and looked at me, and we both stared at each other, and I'm like, holy shit, I just fucking hunted down a deer. And then it ran away. And then another airsoft story was that same day, that guy that sold airsoft guns took a bullet into the eyelid, and it got stuck under his eyelid.
We knew the Germans had positioned naval cannons.
And he was wearing glasses. It just so happened that it went under his glasses up into his eyelid.
Capture one, perhaps we could.
And then we used to play in a 3-story abandoned house when we were kids. It was one of the first places that we played airsoft for us. And it was very dangerous. We shouldn't have been doing it, but we stayed there probably. Yeah. Well, it can't breathe very well, so it won't have much energy. Yeah, I don't know how or why this happened, but when I was younger, I used to go camping with one of my buddies in forests all the time, because it's hard to explain, but it was basically my form of training for the apocalypse. And one night we set up the tent. We actually had 2 tents, and we only got one set up, and then we took a break, and we were cooking shit over the fire. And I kept hearing this weird fucking noise off to the left of me and my friend was sitting on the opposite side of the fire, so to his right.
I was walking
And
into
I
an
kept hearing
enemy
this
stronghold
noise inside of
alone.
a tree,
I would have to
and I'm like,
use
dude,
every ounce of my experience if I was to walk
I
out
can't explain
again.
it, but I feel like something very strange is about to happen. Like something is about to attack us. And he's like, whatever, man. And I'm like, dude, listen. Do you not hear that noise? There's something rustling over there. And I could hear that it was in a tree. It wasn't at the bottom of the tree. It was in the tree. And so I pointed my flashlight at it. And the second that I pointed my flashlight at it, I saw this gigantic silhouette flying straight at me, dude. Like this thing, my flashlight being pointed at it caused a huge shadow, you know. And I'm like, holy fuck, it's, you know, like in my mind, I'm thinking I'm about to get fucking attacked by fucking Batman or some shit, thanks to the shadow. And I don't know how I did this, but the thing that was flying at me was coming straight at my face. And I dodged it. I dodged it to where its wing hit my face instead of like I swear to God, it was a dive bomb straight at my face, dude. And its wing hit my face, and because it hit my face, it like kind of fucked with its flight path. And right after it hit my face, I heard a smack, and I'm like, was that a bird? And did it just hit a tree? And I'm like, dude, Joey, we need to go check what that was. Something just tried to attack me. And he was sitting I was standing up looking at whatever was about to attack me, and he was sitting down looking up at me. He still didn't see it, even though it flew right past my face. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you that something just tried to attack me, and I'm pretty sure it just smacked into a tree. So we started walking around and looking for what it was. It turned out to be a rather large crow, and it smacked into the tree and broke both of its shoulders to where it could no longer fly. And somehow, I so happened to have, like, I brought a backpack with me, and I did not realize that I had a CO2 BB gun with me, and I didn't even know I had it. And that's the only time in my entire life I ever killed anything, because it obviously was either going to be killed by me or it was going to be eaten by something because it couldn't fly. That thing tried to kill, a fucking crow tried to kill me, motherfucker. And I remember it was 11:25 at night. And I was cooking steak, motherfucker. Headshot. Oh, okay, I was wrong.
Leiche von jemandem. Da ist der Lager. Was in aller Welt? Hey.
I was walking into an enemy stronghold alone.
What was it again?
I would have to use every
coon?
ounce of my experience if I was to
Oh,
walk out
yeah, you
again.
definitely don't want to be keeping those, dude. mountain lions around here. You just don't see them. One time, me, the brother of the guy that I was just talking about, and the guy that I was just talking about all went camping together. And we made a lean-to, and we brought all of our fucking shit, our blankets, our food, canned food, everything. That's the motherfucker that keeps getting me. And, in the middle of the night, we're all sleeping, and out of nowhere I hear, ow! And it scared the shit out of me, and I immediately woke up and grabbed the 22 and just started firing through the lean-to. I was the one in the back of the lean-to, so obviously I couldn't hit them. I was firing behind them. And, dude, I swear to God, that coyote was within a foot of my head behind the lean-to. And I woke up and I could not go back to sleep, so I ended up I took the 22 with me, and I ended up cooking food. The fire was still going, and I cooked food, filled up the 22, took it with me, and took a rather long walk, and I ended up at this, like, snaked, forked creek with, like, a small island in the middle. And in that fucking weird little island, I had to access the island by like wood tree bridge, and I couldn't see shit. I couldn't see shit on that island until I got to it, and there were 3 completely mutilated, half-eaten cows in the middle of that like forked creek. Cows. And that didn't really bother me, you know, they had probably been dead for a while, there was no blood left, nothing. That didn't really bother me, but I definitely was a little more alert, knowing that something just ate, like not just, but within a few days, just ate those cows. And I'm assuming that it was either a large pack of like coyotes or mountain lions or something of the sort. Yeah, I know. And I examined one of the bodies a little bit closer and noticed that one of the cows still had its heart. So that meant that they must have eaten as much as they could and moved on. So whatever that creature was either a single mountain lion that for some reason decided to take down 3 cows, and you know a mountain lion doesn't need to do that, a bear, or a shit ton of coyotes, because there's no way. So I don't really know what bears eat. I know they eat berries and fish. Yeah. That's not too hot. Yeah, I should probably too. My wife's got an appointment early in the morning. But yeah, for quick question though, for PlayStation, this doesn't look too bad for VR, does it? Oof. I think you told me that once. All right,
We
man.
knew the Germans had positioned naval cannons along the coast, but now we knew how
Right.
to use them.
I'll see you later.
If we could capture one, perhaps we could turn it against the German defenses.
All right.